children and dwarfs first, just like the others.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes, to no avail.
Said there were other people down there.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you! There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
If you could walk, get yourself on the platform. Wait! Void Woken! These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
Void Woken was supposed to be scary. Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph.
I've faced worse.
Had to open your big mouth, didn't you?
Wait! We need to wait!
Gods! That thing! There's no time.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems something wanted me alive. I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King. Garbage.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to elves. Well, elves eat people and their pets. Elves don't know the alphabet.
The child's eyes grow wide.
People ask you to eat them? Really? Neat. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong or crazy. No one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's nicer out here than inside anyway. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see. I guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they've made it to shore. These bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of... You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned... Now then, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my stand...
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I...
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Oh, may the seven have mercy on their own creation. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, The world! Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pope...
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunity. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you are truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Wizardry is embedded in my nature as deeply as the instincts to breathe and drink and mate. The dominion over fire suits me best, truth be told, but there is no school of magic I cannot master. Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us...
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with its eyes clear, and it shakes its head.
The crew. 3, 4. Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Ooh, that's a pretty one.
I can't wait all day. I told him at noon exactly, didn't I?
I don't think I ain't watching. That your bib flew just to this road.
Greetings, child. You must be very far from your homelands indeed. Hurts to be so far from your loved ones, eh? I know the feeling. Troubles me to hear that. Now that the divine has gone, our world's duller, darker. Go well, my child. Perhaps the divine will. Lest the void overtake and devour us all.
That's it. I call court. Pay up. Looky here, mates. A fresh face. We love fresh faces, don't we? Oh, yes, we do. Why don't you join us in a round of cards? First hands on the house. No problem, Freshie. In that case, enjoy your stay. But I'll be needing to collect your interment fee first, of course. Chuff to you, Chief. Here are your cards. You're up first.
You glance at your hand. 2 purple monarchs. A hard hand to beat.
Quite the hand, Freshie. Unfortunately, 2 is less than 5, and that's how many purples I've got. I reckon that makes me the winner. I'll be having your fee then. Blaming a bloke you just met for your misfortune, are ya? Ease off, or I'll go ahead and double what you owe. To be sure, Chief. Pay up and you get to keep your eyes. Sounds pretty satisfying, doesn't it? We'll see about that, Freshie.
Lest the void overtake and devour us all.
The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe.
Don't touch me! You're too close. This color, this place, It's squeezing the life from me. I can't. I can barely eat. How is it possible? One minute you're in the garden in the sun, the next you're here, and they've put the...
Her hands move again to her throat. She seems to try to make space between her neck and the cot.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart?
She's gone, Farah. Gone!
Mummy's right here. Where are you?
Where is
Pipe
he?
down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
Irma?
She's gone, Farah. Gone!
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
Please, can you... An elf! Stay away, cannibal! If I find out you've gone near my baby, I'll skin you alive. I don't care. I don't care. Please, just... Irma? Where are you, dear? Mummy's where... Irma, Mummy's right here. Where
Fella
are you?
can't hear himself think with all this racket. Day and night she hollers after that. You hear that, Farah? You got to cut that out. What's happened to ya? Aye, she needs help, but none that I can give. Mad as a cooker, that one, and twice as loud. Distraught don't even begin to cover it. She's hollering after that child of hers, killed by a void woken she was. Been dead and buried from, and there ain't no amount of hollering that'll bring her back.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart?
Where is he?
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone? It's just, I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. But it's... Oh, noble. But after the Magisters take you all, your nobility will have been for nothing. Good luck with your friends.
Irma? Where are you, darling?
Say, I don't know any elvish ditties. Got nothing spicy enough to keep my mind off this place for a few bars. Don't break your head vain now. Been that long since you've been...
Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship.
Ah! Got two of my own, haven't I?
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together before placing them...
Bleeding nail must be... charmed. Go on then, give it a go.
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I...
He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun, and lands squarely in your hand.
For your trouble.
No, but I'd hoped to build something with it that would be worth 1,000. It were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to trust.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment. Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you. That's the spirit.
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a court.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What, Matt? Well, that's quite the story now. Let's save it for a better day. Say when we finally make it off this. Suffice to say, I'd at least be Captain Beast in better times. I'm out of a ship at the moment, though. Even a salty old dog like... Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not half as important as... Let's get down to brass tacks. Fighting, I mean. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. Then it's settled. Capital! Well, that's that sorted. Onward then. I've got to get out of here and...
Ha! I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Them that pay the bills, of course. I'll be a rich man when you're 6 foot. Time's up, Your Highness. Let's jump. It's stabbing time.
Nuisance these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
The woman looks out on the gently lapping waves. She seems totally at peace, but as you approach, she turns to you with a cheerful...
Haven't seen you around here before. New? Well, don't worry too much if you have a hard time settling in. You here alone?
She gives you a long look.
You keep them friends of yours close, eh? Not much in this world someone you love can't make better. Used to be I had a family. A husband and a little boy. Then they brought us here. I couldn't stop them from taking my boys from me when they did. Reckon they were cured. Maybe even relieved. Now I'm just waiting for them to call my name. Waiting and remembering.
Her eyes sparkle.
Kind of you to ask. Stefan, he was my little one. Smart as a whip and no less wicked. And my husband, he was called Felix.
She talks for some time about birthdays, about Felix. Joy radiates from her as she remembers. She plays...
What a gift to think of them. I'd like to give something to you too. A family recipe. One of Felix's. Take care of yourself. You hear? You're a sweet one.
Here you are. I wonder what keeps you. Tell me your tale. For I am an elf. The tongue of others is not my tongue. You may speak of then and when, I do not. I refuse to learn that. We are unfamiliar, yet familiar. We are the same material, you agree? I am very... So tell me your tale. Start from the beginning. Start from where you come. I see. Now tell me more. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you find. I understand. Now tell me how your story ends. Power. An old ambition. I have a token for you who seeks power. Power comes from strength, and strength comes from growth. These seeds sprout. So does the iron in your spine. I give my word. It is nothing. Many fragments swirl on my shore. See what I get.
Queen's beard. It looks like you lost a fight with a claw hammer. Reckon you're in need of something to heal yourself up, eh?
Instead of a potion, she hands you an empty bottle and a fat brown mushroom.
Not scared of a little elbow grease, are you? A fella ought to know how to put himself right. Go ahead and combine the mushroom. Once you've mastered the technique, you'll never need help from a crusty old quack like me again. Business savvy? Don't be profane. This is people's health we're talking about. And I get by just fine in the meantime. Dane's as stubborn as an old steer. Says he don't believe in alchemy and won't accept a potion from me or anyone else. But jackanape still, my job ain't to judge but to heal. Or if that fails, to comfort. Seems that's all I can do for old Dane anymore.
Is that thing eating corpses?
The creature heaves through lips gummed with human gore. It turns to you with great effort, pain apparent in every movement, and
You. Quite lost. Quite lost. Careful. Now, a little query. Where grows the yarrow? Quickly now, for I haven't much time. Maybe I unscrew your lid and poke about inside and set your memory straight. Would that please you? Can you not remember now? Ugh! Where does the yarrow grow? Where? Healing.
The dead man, creature, thing, lies in a heap on the beach.
Whatever it was too dangerous to be allowed to live.
It had to die. You can't leave something like that alone.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away. And you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of...
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time, I'll let my needle do the licking. There is no other elf like me.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deep. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, this living, but now I'm free. Of sorts. And I've traced... I intend to raise the subject with him.
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers...
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle.
A bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? I will. Escape. How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided deers around here would... Well played. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push? You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you, provided we talk to that lizard I mentioned. I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for...
Let's discuss our respective roles then. Yumi and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. So, what role would... As a rogue, my speciality is stealth. The quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That said, I'm perfectly lethal wielding any weapon, or my grace and finesse could make a cat's fur go green with envy. Go on, give me the details. Suits me fine. Lead on, or better yet, let me take the lead. Then follow me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your...
So, this is...
A delivery. Surely you'll have one.
Let me guess. You're here for a match. Don't know what you heard, but they won't take it easy on you just 'cause you're an elf. Nothing I can tell you you can't find out by slipping down that hatch. If you've got the spit in you, that is.
Hey, down here. You're a little light in your pack, ain't you? Who could blame you with a gun? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by... Let's just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Maybe I happen to know where everything ends up. Boss don't mind where the gold comes from, long as he gets his cut. Have a look, why don't you? Your cash is... Fend for yourself then, Twiggy. I'll take what I want after the Reds get to you anyway.
Griff is slowly, methodically peeling the skin from a potato. As you approach...
What?
Who's asking?
He smirks and holds the little knife up to the light.
I'm listening.
If a magister finds this on you, you forget my name here. Give it down, will you?
They'll cure you of your sauce. Nightshade will cure you of an headache too. Can't help you there. If I could, I wouldn't be here peeling goddamn potatoes. Sure, have a look. Good stuff, huh?
I got that special shipment you was asking after.
Give it down, will you?
He points the tip of his blade at the grisly sight of the elf hunched over, clutching his knees in the cage.
I solve my own problems. Worse than war rations, these.
What do you want, freak? Out the fort? To where then? The death swamps or the ocean brimming with void woken? Make it quick. Hell if I know. Don't rightly know if it can be done. If they take the sauce out of you. Sure. Pelham, I made it as far as the hollow marshes even. They dragged his corpse back the next day. Head, I never seen one myself, but me cousin up in Gore said one appeared from the clear sky one day and ate up every Easy, eh?
Now, let's not get nasty. Greed's better off, I'm sure.
Keep her name out your mouth, Albert.
Easy now, old chap. It isn't my fault she's dead. Gods. The smell, though.
I'm gonna give you one more...
Please, excuse us.
You're talking to me, not him, Sam.
Oh, for the love of Lucian Balladir.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on. Piss off. Go on, Sam.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy?
A flat smile twitches across back.
She never did like you. Wouldn't know a thing about you and I, Gretty.
The man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin, bloodied hammer in hand.
Murder's a big word. And no, this here's a bed for someone 1,000 times better than that's the love of my life. Gret. She passed in the night.
He tenderly runs a hand along the coffin's side panel.
If she were here, she'd tell me this plank is crooked. Chastise me for using warped wood on her final bed.
The man holds a hand to his cheek for a moment. He turns from you.
I'll be with you soon, love.